I didn't see you there for a second. Oh, these? Don't mind those. I'm gonna put them away here. Give me 2 seconds. So, today, me, myself, and I was going to call myself a perfect specimen, but I stopped myself, but really, honestly, can anybody really deny it? I mean, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. What was I talking about again? So today we'll be talking about 3 different blended scotches. For those of you who don't know what a blended scotch is, it's essentially when a distillery decides to take different scotches and essentially mix them or blend them together. It can be scotch all from the same distillery that does the blending. It can be scotch from other distilleries, from other regions in Scotland sometimes. And there's a lot of other variety and complexity when it comes to blended scotch, as with all scotch really. And so I'm not really going to have all the time in the world to talk about all those differences, but we will be seeing some of them in the 3 bottles that I chose here. Without further ado, let's get started. Boom. The heaviest hitter for scotch. This would make an excellent Christmas gift for your loved ones. And if your loved one already has a red label, then maybe the green or even the blue label would be a good gift. The Johnnie Walker Red Label is actually a really intriguing blended scotch, at least in my opinion. Unlike a lot of the other mainstream blended scotches, like the Ballantines, the Red Label here, this one adds a little bit more flavor and a little bit more complexity. There's smokiness, almost as though there's peat in it, and there's a couple other things that, again, you just wouldn't see in a mainstream blended scotch. Drank a lot of water today, so I'm looking forward to this. Nope. It's not like water. Not like water. Not like water. You know when you cough so much that you start seeing white spots? I might pass out. Alright. Boom. Monkey Shoulder. Monkey Shoulder was one of those scotches that you couldn't find anywhere for quite a while, until eventually every NB liquor store had them for I don't know what reason. This is one of the earliest scotches that I can remember really wanting to get. So remember how I said there's a little bit of complexity in blended scotches? Well, this is specific, because Monkey Shoulder is a blended malt scotch compared to Johnnie Walker's simple blended scotch. Blended malt scotch means that, yes, it was blended with other whiskeys, but only whiskeys that has a mash build of malted barley. And the name Monkey Shoulder, there's an interesting history behind that. Back in the day, people used to work in distilleries flipping malt barley with a shovel. They would eventually suffer from a condition that they would call monkey shoulder, where their shoulders would, I guess, sag down with their arms. Kind of interesting. Cheers. And last but not least, we have Compass Box, the Spice Treat. This is also blended malt Scotch. This one has a little bit of an interesting history too, where back in, I think it was 2005, the main distiller, whiskey maker, John Glazer, made this differently, but the way he did it, the Scotch legal team over in Scotland didn't like the way he did it, and they thought it was illegal, so he had to change the way he made his whiskey. And now we have this here, which is apparently as close as we'll get to what the original Scotch was. But yeah, kind of interesting there. It's another pretty generous pour. It's a generous pour! That's a generous pour! I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't feel good.